Shri Krishna 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐬 𝐤𝐢𝐳𝐝 Shri Krishna Vrindavan ki jai, Damodara ki jai, Navadvipam ki jai, Jagannath ki jai, Yamuna ki jai, 𝐾𝐻𝐸𝐽 ki jai, 𝐶𝐢𝐬𝐢 ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samadhi-Sarvattam ki jai, Nitai Guru, Glory Sassambhuti, Glory Sassambhuti, Glory Sassambhuti, Glory to Shri Guru Shri Gokuranga, Shri Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana-Timirandasya Jnana-Dhyana-Saraswati-Chakshagurvamidena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Sarvam Rupa Kadamaya Adishvara Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Thakuram Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sarvadasam Sarvadasam Sadivam Sarvetam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sarvana Bhavita Shri Vishakamatam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Vilamaveta Gopisa Gupta Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tatatachana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwana Sukhevi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakapatavishya Vasindhuyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura-Bhakta-Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Impera Sima Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2. Divinity and Divine Service, text number 18. Nastapayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Nastapayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Nastapayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Nashta destroy Prayeshu almost to live Abhadreshu all that is inauspicious Nityam regularly Bhagavata Srimad Bhagavatam or a pure devotee Sevaya my servant Bhagavati unto the personality of Godhead Uttama transcendental Sloke prayers Bhakti loving service Bhavati comes into being Naistiki irrevocable Translation and purpose by Divine Grace of Bhakti Swami By regular attendance in classes on Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Purport. Here is a remedy for eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart, which are considered to be obstacles in the path of self-realization. The remedy is association of Bhagavatas. There are two types of Bhagavatas, namely the book Bhagavata and the devotee Bhagavata. Both the Bhagavatas are competent remedies, and both of them, or either of them, can be good enough to eliminate the obstacles. The devotee Bhagavata is as good as the book Bhagavata, because the devotee Bhagavata leads his life in terms of the book Bhagavata, and the book Bhagavata is full of information about the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees, who are also Bhagavatas. Bhagavat book and person are identical. The devotee Bhagavat is a direct representative of Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. So by listening the devotee Bhagavata, one can receive the benefits of the book Bhagavata. Human reason fails to understand how. By serving the devotee Bhagavata or the book Bhagavata, one gets gradual promotion on the path of devotion. But actually, these are facts explained by Srila Narada Devi, who happened to be a maidservant's son in his previous life. The maidservant was engaged in the menial service of the sages, and thus he also came into contact with them. And simply by associating with them and accepting the remnants of foodstuff left by the sages, the son of the maidservant got the chance to become the great devotee and personality Srila Narada Devi. These are the miraculous effects of the association of Bhagavatas. And to understand this effect practically, it should be noted that by such sincere association of the Bhagavatas, one is sure to receive transcendental knowledge very easily, with the result that he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. The more progress is made in devotional service under the guidance of the Bhagavatas, the more one becomes fixed in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The messages of the book Bhagavata therefore have to be received from the devotee Bhagavata, and the combination of these two Bhagavatas will help the neophyte devotee to make progress on and on. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 18 of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 2, entitled Divinity and Divine Service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
If I listened carefully to this verse, Srila Prabhupada has clearly mentioned here the process of developing love for Krishna. The process is not by studying books, as Srila Bhakti said. The fortune of a devotee is with devotee. We become fortunate by associating with devotee. So Prabhupada quoted Najamuni here. Najamuni associated with the sages who were devotees of Krishna. He was not aware of Bhakti for Krishna. Not that he even consciously went to listen to the class. He wasn't. He went there because his mother worked there. But his fortune was that during this Chaturmasa period, within the 4 months of rainy season, it is difficult, those days it is difficult to travel. There was not a plane at all. Or train. People were traveling by boat. Like for a few days, there's a flood, so you cannot go. So the sages will stay in one place. Even Tita Mahaprabhu did the same thing. He spent 4 months in Sri Lanka. But constantly discussing the activities of Krishna. So those who are fortunate will have chance to hear. Nagimuni was able to listen to the discussions the Bhakti Vedantas were having. They were not speaking to him, and he was listening. They were talking among themselves. They were not talking to one another. And he was not also sitting there because he wanted to hear something. But the fortune was that he was hearing the topics of Krishna. The sages were discussing themselves. So, he became purified just by hearing about Krishna from pure devotees whose heart is full of love for Krishna. They have nothing in their heart is completely clean, pure. The only thing in their heart is Krishna. And when they speak, they are only as glorifying of Krishna. Hearing those topics from those who have pure love for Krishna, it is very, very contagious. And not only he became free. Abadreshu. Abadreshu, Prabhupada said, all that is inauspicious, Abadrani. All inauspicious things, that blockage, all the narratives, which demarcate the living entity from the reality, from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is destroyed. Destroyed just by hearing about Krishna. And in chapter 5, the same canto, in chapter 5, this is chapter 2. In chapter 5, it takes 29. And the more they express the feelings after hearing, the nature of the Bhakti Vedanta became attractive to me. What is the nature? The nature is Krishna consciousness. And the Buddha said, although I'm a small boy, but I do not have the tendency of children or playing around. I was very submissive. I have great faith in them. And because of this association, he was blessed by the sages to develop pure love. As Prabhupada said in the book, that the personality we have today as Narada. Human reason fails to understand how by serving the devotee Bhagavata, or the book Bhagavata, one gets gradual promotion on the part of devotion. But actually, these are facts explained by Narada, who happened to be a maidservant son in his previous life. Maidservant means he was nothing. He was nothing. But he developed a pure love for Krishna by associating with the devotees of Krishna. That is how he developed. So we can develop love for Krishna not by studying books. It is by the association of pure devotees who have love for Krishna. They will get love for Krishna. They will plant Krishna in the heart of the audience. This is the process of developing love. Because for anyone to develop interest for something, there's a need for hearing about that thing from those who knows it. That is why today in the material world, many people are forced to buy so many things which we don't need. By hearing, we are forced to do many things. to do things that we don't even need, so that we don't even have attraction to it. Our attraction for those things become developed by the association of those who knows that product and they always speak about it. So devotees who knows about Krishna, when they speak about Krishna and someone is fortunate to hear them, naturally, without a doubt, they're going to develop love for Krishna. So the process of developing love for Krishna is to hear about Krishna from devotees who have love for Krishna. And for example, Prabhupada gave here is constantly hearing. And Prabhupada said he established the ISKCON to give chance for us to hear. The purpose of ISKCON is to create chance or facility for devotees to hear about Krishna, for devotees. So it is very important for us to constantly speak about Krishna. That is our duty. By speaking about Krishna, people will hear about Krishna. And our love for Krishna will develop. Our interest in Krishna will develop by hearing about Krishna. All the great devotees who became devotees, they did that by hearing about Krishna. So hearing is important, most important, for us to have attraction for Krishna is by hearing. So as the materialists are making constant effort to distribute poison, devotees will also make constant effort to distribute nectar. Yes, that is a battle. It is a battle that we have to fight. Hearing about Krishna. The Swami was speaking about Krishna. The demigods, they came to Maharaj Parikshit to tell him, do not worry, we are going to give you nectar. Swami chastised them severely and kicked them out of his presence. And he told Parikshit, sit down, let me plant Krishna in your heart. Which is the medicine for the solution for any person who either want to die or don't want to die. The process is to hear about Krishna. And Sukadeva Swami sat with him, with Parikshit Maharaj, for 7 days. They were nothing but constant hearing about Krishna. That's what they did for 7 days. And after 7 days, Parikshit Maharaj confessed, oh Gurudev, thank you very much. What I couldn't do for a moment, I have done it for 7 days. I was thirsty, I couldn't control it for a moment. I committed an offense to a sage, but I have been sitting here for 7 days and not feeling thirsty. Why? Because I'm drinking the nectar. I'm drinking the nectar could satisfy all varieties of taste. Hearing about Krishna satisfies all the taste, both mundane and spiritual. The hearing. So Sukadeva Goswami planted Krishna in the heart of Parikshit Maharaj by not reading books, but by speaking about Krishna. And he was hearing, but Parikshit Maharaj was hearing attentively like a fish at the bottom of the ocean. There's a fish at the bottom of the ocean. At the bottom of the ocean, the water and the milk are mixed together. The fish is drinking this water without blinking the eyes. The same thing Parikshit Maharaj did. He wasn't blinking his eye for 7 days. He was constantly hearing about Krishna from a pure devotee. And the result of hearing was that he realized Krishna. Therefore he said, whatever magical creation the Brahmana boy has created, let it come upon me here. Because now I am fearless. So also here it is mentioned that a regular hearing, by regular attendance in the classes in the Bhagavad. Regular. Not sometimes. Regular hearing. And by hearing there will be purification of the heart. The result of purification of the heart is that one will spontaneously share or show appreciation. You show the appreciation for the benefit we're getting from pure devotees. To show the appreciation is service. So it is said here, and by rendering of service to the pure devotees. You don't have to share it. You don't record it. You don't have to share it. Don't share it. So, all the patronage will be removed, as we have seen from many personalities, just by hearing. Just by hearing. The potency of hearing. in the fifth canto also, in the importance of hearing, which will develop love for Krishna is explained. One should go and sit with the sages, even if they're not talking to you. Don't worry. Just sit with them. Listen to what they're discussing with themselves. That is sufficient for anyone to become a pure. Their discussion is contagious. It's not just among themselves. Simply hear. So it is not a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's a deliberate attempt that the Papa made to establish or to offer a chance for us to hear about Krishna. It was deliberate because he knows the fact, he knows the result of hearing. So he offered this opportunity for us to hear about Krishna. And once we sit with the sages and listen to what they are discussing. If we do that, just like Muni did, the sages were not talking to him. But it was a great fortune that he has a chance to associate with them and simply sit with them while they were discussing. Of course, at the end of their stay, looking at the gentle behavior of Narada, and also looking at the quality of service he has rendered to them, automatically the sages, they also discuss among themselves. These boys have listened for us for 4 months. What shall we do? They have done some service. What to do? Narada Muni didn't beg them for blessings. He didn't. But he simply rendered service. There are 2 things to mention here. To hear from pure devotees and doing service with the pure devotees. To help us to develop love. 2 things. And perfect example that the Muni has properly quoted here. He just listened. And he did service. Supported his mother who was serving them. He was simply supporting them. That service he rendered provoked the city's mercy upon him. And he asked himself, we cannot just go without reciprocating the service this boy rendered. So what should we do? So let us give him knowledge and then bless him. They give him the blessing. So Narada Muni became a pure devotee in 4 months. 4 months. That is the potency of association with pure devotees and rendering service. 4 months they attain perfection. Just like Dhira Maharaj, he attained perfection in 6 months, not 6 years, 6 months. He attained perfection. The quality of association. The same thing. What happened to Narada Muni, Narada Muni continued to distribute that message. He got it from the sages, he started distributing. Whoever comes in contact with him, he also becomes perfect like himself. Dhira Maharaj came to him at Dhruva Ghats, Mathura here. All day from Kanpur is came. Walking alone, a small boy, but he has a strong determination. Walking from Kanpur here by car is 6 hours. Today by car on the third road is 6 hours. That time there was no road, it was just a jungle. So how long would have taken him? You see the effort they made to become devotees. A small boy, 5 years, is walking in the jungle alone. All the way from Kanpur to Mathura. It is Mathura he met at the road. He met his mission at the Dhruva Ghats, at the bank of the road. So the same thing that happened to Narada Muni, he transferred the same thing to the disciples. And he initiated him to do austerity. He did that in 6 months. He attained perfection. by the association of pure devotee. The association of pure devotee. Vrindavan has that strength. He has the mercy of his spiritual master. 6 months he attended Krishna. And he woke up the forest. That is the potency. So the mercy of Krishna is not with Krishna. The mercy of Krishna is with Krishna's pure devotees. And we will get the mercy of Krishna through the pure devotees that will help us to develop the pure love of Krishna. We shouldn't go to Krishna if you want pure love of Krishna. Don't go to Krishna, you should go to Krishna's devotees. Because he has given his mercy to his devotees. And we should not forget there are 2 things here that the service is required. The service is required. Not dry. Relationship is not dry. Relationship is very sweet. When the principle is followed, the service is followed. Then the medicine will work. Hearing about Krishna, the same kind of Swami just by giving oral reception to the message of Krishna, just to hear. We hear about Lord Krishna, the pure love of Krishna will develop in the heart. And the sign that the love for Krishna is developed is that pure love had the potency to extinguish our lamentation, our fears, and our emotion. This is here. Automatically. That will happen. So we cannot get it otherwise. We can get it through the devotees. Alright? Hare Krishna. There's some comments, questions. Yes. got their names also. I didn't get their names. I'm listening about shares who have mentioned their names. But they are all said to be Bhakti Vedantas. The important thing is their ability to distribute Krishna. And if you can also follow the concept of Narada Muni. And I don't know if Narada Muni asks about their names. he just listened to them. Maybe he has a point to speak with him. I don't know. He should be listening. Like the Prabhupada said, yes, Prabhupada. Yes, Prabhupada. To get free from falsehood. We'll be free from falsehood when we are humiliated. That is how we get humbled. When we get somebody who is superior to us. The presence of those who are superior to us will make us humble because he knows everything we know and they have something more. In the civilized age, people become humble when they get defeated, then they become disciple of the person who defeated them. But they have their ego is crushed. And we also saw Indra was very proud, and because of that, he felt insulted. The Krishna humiliated him, so his ego was crushed. But he surrendered to Krishna. The same with Brahma. Humility, which is the opposite of the false ego, comes when we are humiliated. Otherwise, it is difficult. Yes, Disha, is there a question? The point, the process of getting mercy, it is what we are discussing. That we should hear. That's the process, we should hear. And I just noticed here that it took more than 5 minutes to tell devotees to mute those who are participating. It means the devotee was hearing. For example, he didn't answer the Swami like this. He sat down to hear. He didn't ask me a message so I can contract the course of the Sukha. When the Sukadeva Swami told him, I have the blessing for you, he obediently sat down and listened. That's the high point of the blessing of the purity. Please, see it. By hearing. So we should practice hearing. We should give attention to what we have decided to do. We have decided to be a devotee. Just give attention to the process of becoming a devotee. We have discussed it. We should regularly hear about Krishna and render service for those who are training us in this process. The two things required. If the one purification, Asta, Praeshu, Padreshu, But the issue, all of them will be destroyed, removed, if we simply do these things. It is not just by giving a blessing. We have to do something practical for that blessing to manifest. The gopis, they have special masters. They are not. They have special masters. The special master is Punamasi. We're training them in everything that they do. We're trained. So the same thing, we are being trained to develop your love for Krishna. The same thing, the process is here, just before our face. This is from our own scripture. It is a verse which we read every day. Every day we recite this verse. But we're not following it. So if you follow this, there are so many examples we will have the same experience they had. Because it's the same thing, it is the same personality of Godhead. It's better for us to start practicing hearing and rendering quality service, not just doing activities in the application movement. I think it's devotional service. It is not everything we do here that is devotional service. Not everything. There are so many things we do which are not Krishna conscious. But no, they are not in the Bible. So it's a big science you have to learn. We'll be able to learn it only when we are serious. Able to learn it. How can we correct decision when we are stuck between two options? We should ask the person who knows. Ask the person who is not in the same situation, but the person who is higher. We'll be able to direct us to what we should do to get out of the confusion. As a process, Prophet said this is a process of inquiring confidentially. We should inquire confidentially. If you inquire confidentially from save the right souls, we'll get answer to all of the problems. All. Our society is a society of question and answer. Still, we have to meet with those who really have the answer to the problem. Then you get its result. How can we detach from Maya when it's so dominated? When Maya is so dominated, How can we be detached from Maya? If you take the Krishna consciousness, there will be no Maya. When we separate anything from Krishna, that is Maya, and that becomes material. Anything we separate from Krishna, it is Maya. It is material. If we engage the same thing in Krishna consciousness, Maya is not there again. If you want to be detached from Maya, please let us give ourselves fully to Krishna. But no Maya. How can we know that the inspiration we are getting after meeting the pure devotee are out of connection or an act of influence because of our incapabilities? We should ask. You have any inspiration, have any message, you should ask the special master to confirm it. So we don't act foolishly. To ask for confirmation. So we have a clear understanding of everything before we execute it. Otherwise, our mind is speaking, our intelligence speaks, the supersoul speaks. If we are not serious, we can't detect which of them is speaking. And most of them will not speak. If it's better to ask the spiritual master, it will make it very clear for understanding. All right? Thank you. Yes. Thank you for giving me the chance to see this question. Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
it is better for us to stop being whimsical. If you want to be a devotee, you should give up whimsicality. So we should not check out what the Quran says. A disciple should not ask a spiritual master for blessing until you have done something to please him. You let that eyes give me a blessing, give me a blessing. They are not hearing. They ask me to come and speak, they are not hearing. It's not just them. This is our disease, Krishna devotees. We don't hear. We don't want to hear. We will keep doing the same thing. Give us blessing. Give us blessing. Yes, what is the question?
Thank you very much for the illuminating lecture. So, first question is a very short question. It says that the inauspiciousness is destroyed almost to nil. So if hearing about Krishna destroys almost to nil. So what destroys completely? And what is remaining to be destroyed that hearing cannot destroy?
Chanting the Hare Krishna. By chanting.
Destroys completely.
Everything. Finish.
And the second question is, I think there is a slope. And basically what the slope is saying is that Krishna's consciousness is not something to be gained from outside. It is there in the heart of the devotees, of every living entity. And the devotee, the pure devotee simply awakens. And also, but sometimes also it is said that no, the pure devotee gives bhakti or plants Krishna consciousness in the heart of the devotee. So I found myself in a forum where some devotees were arguing, about this. Is it that it is there and it is awoken, or no? It is not there, and the pure devotee, installs or plants it there.
So the Prophet used the word dormant. Dormant. It is there because it's part of the soul. And he further said, I am not teaching you something new. I'm only helping to bring that message for you. You have to give example. The working ability is there in the child. That is why the child will want to work. Even on the process, we have some challenges of falling down and getting to sleep. But because it's there, the child has the ability to, the interest to continue working, to continue until you get that. So, children for Godhead, which is the nature of the soul, it is there. It has to be. When you say it is given, it is given means the pure devotee has to help us to do that. By speaking, 𝐶𝐤𝐬𝐴 Swami was speaking, and by his speech, about the needs were all taken out, and it was replaced with pure love. As is hearing, that is how it comes. By constantly hearing, it will come out. So it is a language.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, 𝐒𝐰𝐴 Lotus Feet. Thank you for the inspiring lecture. I have a question and a comment. My question is reading about Krishna same as hearing about Krishna, or hearing is more effective? Is it the same, reading?
Hearing about?
Is it same, reading about Krishna and hearing about Krishna, does it have the same effect?
It does not have the same effect. It doesn't have the same.
Something about the audio hearing is more.
Lord Brahma said that one cannot read books to become pure devotee. Reading. One cannot become a pure devotee, but develop pure love for Krishna by reading a book. You cannot. It is not possible. First canto, first chapter, text 5. Papa said it's better to hear than to read it.
Like hearing Bhagavatam.
To hear it than to read it. Better to hear than to read it. Check. 115. We should hear. Papa didn't mention, we repeated many times, they didn't say we should open the society for us to read. He opened the society for us to hear. You see it? It's better to hear. You didn't see it? Okay, check 6. And then they find it to be 6. 116. 116.
Check the pocket.
Yes, in the
To
purpose.
hear and explain is more important than reading them.
To do what?
To hear and explain them is more important than reading them.
Yes, Papa said. To hear and explain is more important than reading. He's not saying we should not read, but if you have two things, there will be discrimination. Hearing. For example, if you are illiterate, how will you read? So does it mean the illiterate person will not become pure devotee? You don't know how to read, you cannot become a pure devotee. You can hear and become a pure devotee. You are hearing. 15th chapter of Bhakti. Yes, Krishna is speaking. There are those who are not following this process, but just by hearing from authority, they also attain the supreme destination by hearing. By hearing. So hearing is important. So we don't hear. We see the class, we don't hear.
Hearing from authority. It's not we read loud and we hear, not like that.
They speak, we should hear. We should hear what they speak. Hearing what they are reading is different. Hearing what they are speaking is different. What they are speaking carry the potency of the speaker. We should hear that. That will prefer us.
My comment is like Narada Muni attained perfection by associating with the sages for 4 months, Bhakti Vedanta sages. So I'm just wondering what became of the sages. They also must have, in the next birth, gotten a higher position.
You understand?
No, Narada Muni, when he associated with the Bhakti Vedanta sages, he attained the perfection in the next birth. He attained a high position. So I'm wondering what happened to those sages? They also must have gotten a higher.
No, they gave all their power to Narada and then they fell down. We are using it. Narada had taken over our power. He was going, but the God said that we are here. They have power to make someone a pure devotee. So what is that position? They are pure devotees. Not that today is pure and tomorrow they are not pure. That is not. They are eternally pure devotees. They can make another one pure devotee.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll go to the next. Hare Krishna.